TGR News, broadcasting from the State of Israel.
Welcome back to TGR News.
Hello, hello.
Well, this week we'll talk about our fifth election in 3 years. We just finished, and a lot of terrorist attacks still going on around the State of Israel. But first, let's say thank you. Thank you for everything you guys do. It really is a blessing. You know, with this schedule I've had here recently, and with the IDF and the ministry and the passing out the food, it is amazing how the Lord just makes it where everything works. I'm sitting here doing the news, able to do the passing out of the food today, as well as do my military duties, which is here in a few hours. I have to go back. So it's all because of you guys and the blessings from the Lord. And thank you so much. It really is something amazing that you guys do here, feeding the people here in the State of Israel. We're blessed to be a part of it. And like we always say, if you haven't yet, you want to become a part of this part of the ministry, underneath of all of our videos is links to the Patreon page and links to our support page in goldenreport.com. Or you can just go to the goldenreport.com and go to the support us page there and find any way that makes it easiest for you. So thank you. And the people here, thank you. So let's get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
We are after our fifth election in 3 years. As it looks right now, the right-wing parties with the religious parties have 65 seats in the Knesset, meaning now Netanyahu has to construct the government and see how will it be, who will be what minister, and so on. If we don't have any surprises, hopefully we will have a right-wing government and get our country back on track. Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Well, like we said, it's 65 seats. You know, the way it sets up here is the Knesset is 120 seats, and all the parties run for election, and then they count up the votes, and by percentages, how many seats each party ends up getting. So the right-wing parties with the religious parties, which are usually always with the right-wing parties, have 65 seats this time, which is the highest it's been in all the five elections we've had in the past 3 years.
We hope to have 61, so 65.
Yeah, 61 is all you need out of the 120 to make the government. And that's what made us get to the situation where we have so many elections. No one really had a solid 61, and they have to bring in other people to try to get 61 and make unstable governments, and that's why we've been in this position we've been in. A lot of people are looking around and saying 65 seats out of 120 is victory. The right wing won. I don't feel we had a victory. For me, a victory is in the 80s. We have in the 80s, and it's not just because meaning we beat the left wing so hard, so much. Not in that kind of way. It's because it means that the public, the State of Israel, the people here voted more to get that way. So it means we won the war with the mindset of the people and then how they're voting and how they decide. Yeah. So to me, it's not really a victory. It's a sort of a victory because it looks like we will have a right wing and it looks like Bibi will be the next prime minister. But I wouldn't quite call it a victory. Yeah. You know, it's just we're finally getting back on track. But hopefully we can keep the momentum.
Yeah. Days before the election, Prime Minister Lapid signed the agreement with Hizbollah over the Israeli gas rigs after the threats. The meeting was on a UN base on the border of both countries at Rosh Hanikra. This while Israel was bombing by airstrike on yet more weapons being transported to Hizbollah from Iran to fire at us.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. This agreement is ridiculous, and he didn't have the right to do it because he just, like, the next few days he gonna be...
he already lost the election.
He already lost his, So
it's ridiculous how they... It really is. Rosh Hanikra, by the way, we made a video there.
Yeah.
You can look it up of Rosh Hanikra. It's a beautiful place with a lot of amazing history. But right there on the border, you have the border and then the Lebanese border, and right in between sits a UN base. And that's where they met to do the signing. It was it's ridiculous, you know. As the Prime Minister of Israel is signing an agreement giving away our gas and other things to Hizbollah because of Hizbollah threatening to attack us if we don't. During the same time, Hizbollah is running an arms delivery from Iran. You know,
just the idea of signing agreement with terrorist organizations.
Yeah, whatever happened
is
to
ridiculous.
Whatever happened to no negotiation with terrorists, right? Whatever happened with that?
Yeah.
Well, Nasrallah, the head of Hezbollah in Lebanon, gave a victory speech immediately after the signing of the agreement. He talked about how he was able to threaten Israel, and with Allah's strength, they could conquer the Jews that call the land Israel. You know, it's just a whole bunch of things in his speech talked about, you know, not calling, doesn't accept the right that Israel exists, meaning the Jews that call the land Israel, and Allah's strength and all this to help bring more terrorists and, you know, recruit more people because he looks strong now, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his victory speech was correct.
Yeah.
Because he won.
I always laugh about his speeches from the bunker because it's ridiculous. Like he's talking and threatening us from the bunker. But this time, it's actually worked, and he won. He was
victorious in this battle, that was for sure. He won. He got what he wanted.
Yep. After a short time from the rise of the new group, the Lions Den, and the organization terrorist...
the new organization group we was talking about.
The IDF last week went into Nablus and took the top 2 leaders of the terrorist group. This week, after many missions in Nablus and many arrests, the rest of the top leaders turned themselves in, putting what looks like an end to this group.
Yeah, they came up fast, and they also were short-lived. Thank God.
Yeah.
They were very violent, and it's good that Israel was able to put a quick stop to it. Yeah. It really was. There was a terrorist attack earlier this week in Kiryat Arba, where Kiryat Arba is right next to Hebron, by the way, for those who don't know. Where terrorists opened fire on Jews in the neighborhood where Ben Gvir lives. Ben Gvir is one of our extreme right-wing leaders. 2 Jews were seriously hurt. They are father and son. Then later in the hospital, the father, age 5, died. The son is still in the hospital, though, still alive. Yeah. It was a pretty bad attack. Ben Gvir was trying to say they were trying to come after him, but you know that's just politics. But this shouldn't try to be putting politics in something so horrible. The thing about this one is Lapid opened up or was it Bennett? Bennett opened up a block. It
actually was Gantz because he's the head of
this government we've been having to deal with. Yeah. They opened up a roadblock that was always closed
for 10 years.
For 10 years because of terrorist activities coming out of there. And when they decided to open it up, being left wing as they are, thinking everyone just open up the borders because everyone's friends, everyone loves us, right? Yeah. The people there made big statements and big arguments about how there will be more terrorist attacks if you open this up. People will die, and sure enough, this terrorist came through that place, and they were right.
Yeah. Well, it's not his life. He's not living there.
Yeah.
The next day, on the way to Jericho, terrorists drove their car into 5 soldiers near Nebe Musa. As they continued further down the road, they drove into a bus stop trying to kill the Jews waiting there. As they tried to get away, police officers were able to stop them.
Yeah. Nebe Musa, by the way, is a place where Arabs like to say that Moses was buried. You know, Moses was never allowed into the state of Israel, when the Promised Land. But after he died, the Arabs, I don't know how much of that's true or not, but that's why it's called Nebe Musa. Nebi is Nebi is prophet, and Musa is Moses in Arabic, right? Yeah. So that's why they call it. But this terrorist attack, seems like more and more they're doing more with running down with the cars. You know, this one, the 5 soldiers were injured pretty bad, and but anyway.
Yeah.
Because Election Day is a holiday and everyone is out and about, the IDF decided to put the Arab villages in the Samaria area on lockdown, hoping to stop more terrorist attacks. It was a good try.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
Yeah,
it didn't work. Yeah, because on Wednesday, an Arab made a terrorist attack by running over an IDF officer with his van, and then got out of his van with an axe and walked over to finish the job. But the officer was able to pull out his gun and stop the Arab, all while being stuck under the van.
He's still in a bad situation.
Very
He's
bad
badly
situation.
injured, but that was a heroic.
Very, yeah, it was.
thing.
It was very amazing how he was able to take
If he
care.
wouldn't stop him, he'll continue driving and killing other Jews. So
Yeah.
he really saved
Yeah.
lives here.
And his own life, I'm sure.
Hopefully
He'll make it through. Yeah. Well, I hadn't been home all week because I've been in the IDF, as you guys know. We ain't going back. So we didn't. I didn't have a lot of time to look at regular news, and in my head's got all kinds of information that I know I'm not supposed to talk about. So that's why this week might be a little short. But you got anything you want to say?
I missed you, and I hope you finish your things with the IDF and come home.
Oh, I'll be home soon enough.
And I'm praying for you.
It really is amazing. Thank you guys for everything again, for everything you're doing with supporting us with this feeding the people here. Because like this week, for example, we did another 2 weeks so that we were able to give me some time for next week so I can spend the time needed to do the videos and everything. But it really is a blessing. But so don't forget to join us on thegoldenreport.com. And until next week,
Shabbat Shalom.
God bless.